Hi, this is Mark Besser of Besser Healthcare. In this video, I will answer and discuss if you can get genital herpes from oral herpes and vice versa, how common herpes is, what is the difference between genital herpes and oral herpes, and how herpes is spread. And finally, our recommendation on how and where you can get tested. Either you want to know for sure if you are herpes-free, or if you think you have herpes, with fast, affordable, and 100% discreet, private, and confidential testing. So, if you're here to figure out if you can get genital herpes from oral herpes, the short answer is yes. If you don't already know, the herpes simplex virus, or HSV, commonly referred to as herpes, is a sexually transmitted disease or STD that causes sores and other discomforts. But hey, we promise it's not that big of a deal. By the end of this video, you'll know the difference between oral and genital herpes, how you can get or avoid both, and most importantly, if you should even be that worried about it. Herpes is very common. Did you know that 11% of the global population has herpes simplex type 2? Okay, if that blew your mind, then buckle up. About 67% of the global population has herpes simplex type 1. Herpes type 1 and herpes type 2 can even be located both orally and genitally. You heard it right. Either strain of the herpes simplex virus can live in your mouth or your privates. Herpes, both types and locations, is incurable and it is pretty contagious, which is what makes it so popular. Well, popular might not be the right word, but you get the idea. The earth is just a big all-herpes party at this point, and what we're trying to say is, it's really not that big of a deal. We get it, STDs are scary, but the best way to not be scared of something is to learn more about it. For starters, what is the difference between oral herpes and genital herpes? Let's get one thing out of the way right now. Oral herpes and genital herpes are not medical terms. They simply refer to where on the body a specific strain of the virus is located, and as we've already covered, HSV1 and HSV2 can be found in either location, both orally and genitally. There are three key differences between HSV1 and HSV2: stigma, location, and antibodies. 1. Stigma. It's already pretty bad by society's standards to have oral herpes or HSV1, but it's oftentimes just the brunt of bad jokes, rather than something to actually be feared. Genital herpes or HSV2, on the other hand, seems to be the end of the world. That's the one that people like to categorize as really bad. Folks who are diagnosed with genital herpes often assume that their lives are over. In fact, they may as well lock down and marry the next person that deems them lovable, if they're so lucky. But why does society make it such a big deal? 2. Location. Location, location, location. Literally nothing else. One is not worse than the other, more contagious than the other, or dirtier than the other. They are the same. HSV1 and HSV2 are two different strains of the same virus. HSV1 will usually cause oral herpes because it prefers to be located orally, and HSV2 will usually cause genital herpes because it prefers to be located genitally. They actually cause the same symptoms, and though they've been known to prefer specific bodily regions, they aren't restricted to those areas. Just because HSV1 is known for causing oral herpes doesn't mean it could not also cause genital herpes, and the same for HSV2 and oral herpes. 3. Antibodies. The biggest difference in HSV1 and HSV2 is simply that they cause your body to produce different antibodies, which is why we're able to tell which strain you have based on a blood test, and without any symptoms present. As we mentioned before, HSV1 is much more common, accounting for about 67% of the population, but that's because it is known to prefer the oral region, but not always. When symptoms do occur, they usually present themselves as cold sores. HSV2 is known to prefer being located in the genital region, but again, this is not always the case. When symptoms do occur genitally, it will usually look like painful sores or blisters on or around the genitals. We cannot stress this enough. Both types of herpes are commonly asymptomatic, meaning they show no symptoms at all. And when symptoms appear, it can be years after the initial infection. How is herpes spread? You're here to figure out if you can get genital herpes from oral herpes, but you learn that those terms don't even mean anything in this context. Next barrier we are going to break down: how do you even get herpes? Herpes, either HSV1 or HSV2, is spread most commonly through skin-to-skin contact in the affected areas. Infected bodily fluids. A herpes sore. Let's recap. You can get HSV1 and HSV2 in either location, genitally and orally. And you can get HSV1 and HSV2 in the exact same ways, touching infected skin and touching infected bodily fluids. Do you know what has both skin and fluids? Both the mouth and the genitals. So back to the original question. Can you get genital herpes from oral herpes? Yes. We've spelled out all of the logistics pretty clearly, but just so that there's no confusion, we will deal with this on a case-to-case basis. If your partner has HSV1 on the mouth, and they go down on you, you can get HSV1 on your genitals. If your partner has HSV2 on the mouth, and they go down on you, you can get HSV2 on your genitals. Can you get oral herpes from genital herpes? Yes. The same goes for vice versa. We cannot stress how easy it actually is to get either strain of herpes in either location, even if you're using protection. If your partner has HSV2 and it is located genitally, and you give him or her oral pleasure, you can receive HSV2 that is located orally. If your partner has HSV1 and it is located genitally, and you give him or her oral pleasure, you can receive HSV1 that is located orally. What if you and your partner already have genital herpes? Surprise, surprise, you can still get oral herpes. Let's just say that you are in a happy relationship or sexual partnership and both you and your partner have genital herpes. If you give your partner a blowjob, regardless of what strain they have, you may end up with oral herpes. If you have HSV2 on your genitals, your partner can still give you HSV1 on your mouth. If you have HSV2 on your mouth, your partner can still give you HSV1 on your genitals. If you have HSV2 on your genitals, your partner can still give you HSV2 on your mouth. If you have HSV2 on your mouth, your partner can still give you HSV2 on your genitals. What if you and your partner already have oral herpes? We hope you get the idea by now. Yes, you can still get genital herpes. Even if you already have either strain in either location, you can still receive either strain in the other location. If you have HSV1 on your mouth, your partner can still give you HSV2 on your genitals. If you have HSV1 on your genitals, your partner can still give you HSV2 on your mouth. If you have HSV1 on your mouth, your partner can still give you HSV1 on your genitals. If you have HSV1 on your genitals, your partner can still give you HSV1 on your mouth. Again, we're sorry if you didn't need this all spelled out for you, but a lot of people have a lot of questions about herpes, and we just want to give the people what they want. Well, that means a more informed approach to sexual health. Who can be mad? Should you even be that worried? With all of the information we've shared today, let's create a fake scenario. John does and kisses him on the mouth when he is a tiny baby, but she has a cold sore. Her cold sore was caused by HSV1. John Doe leaves his life and grows into a man, unaware that the herpes simplex virus type 1 is living asymptomatically within his DNA. John Doe meets a lovely lady named Jane Doe. He goes down on her. The HSV1 is spread to Jane Doe's genitals, and she accuses John Doe of being a cheater, and she leaves him. John Doe is confused, Jane Doe is confused, and this whole situation could have been solved if they had just both watched this video. While we always think that it is of the utmost importance to be aware of your sexual status, the CDC doesn't even recommend testing for herpes unless symptoms are present. A lot of doctors will even steer you away from herpes testing unless it is absolutely necessary. Here's what the CDC has to say. There is no evidence that diagnosing genital herpes with a blood test in someone without symptoms would change their sexual behavior and stop the virus from spreading. In addition, without knowing the benefits of testing, the risk of shaming and stigmatizing people outweighs the potential benefits. For these reasons, testing everyone for herpes is not recommended at this time. So, obviously, we think it's important that you have the freedom to make your own decisions about what you are tested for. To put it in the simplest terms, the CDC doesn't even think it's that big of a deal, and neither should you. As long as you are having open and honest conversations with your sexual partners about both of your statuses, that's good with us. If you're not sure how to talk to your partner about STDs, check out our other videos. And now, onto a recommended herpes and other STDs screening company. Click the website link listed in the description below this video to see the list of their test centers in your area with the discount coupon. Or go to bessercare.com/STDcheck. Our recommended herpes and other STDs screening company makes getting tested for STDs a simple and convenient process in just 3 steps. Step 1. Order their STD-10 test panel or individual tests online or by phone. Step 2. Choose one of their 4,500 test centers nationwide. Testing only takes minutes. Step 3. Your test results are delivered in your online account within 1 to 2 days. The entire process is fast, affordable, and 100% discreet, private, and confidential. Remember, either you want to know for sure if you are herpes-free, or if you think you have herpes, you need to get tested as soon as possible. Don't delay. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video or find value from it, please click the like button and let us know what you think in the comments section below. Or if you have further questions or want to share something with us in private, please feel free to reach out to us at mark@besserhealthcare.com. And if you want us to include a certain topic in our next videos, please let us know in the comments section below or email us. Also, subscribe to our channel and click that bell for you to be notified of our upcoming videos. See you again in our next videos. Stay safe and healthy, everyone.